Hey, it's your girl B, your favorite Peach, and I'm back for another video. So this one is going to be the most common made cruising mistakes. So when I first started off cruising, I used to watch these videos all the time, and you hear the information, but you don't really know how to apply it or what's really gonna apply to you, and you're trying not to forget anything, and you're making lists and you're still forgetting stuff, and it can be stressful. And I'm here in 2024 to hopefully lessen the stress, take the edge off. So a common thing that is put on these lists is overpacking. I don't really think that's true. I feel like it's packing in general. Yes, you can overpack, but I don't really think you can, because I would rather have it than not have it. I know that luggage can be expensive, but honestly, if you have to buy it on the cruise ship, or if you're buying it in one of these port cities that will jack up the cost because they know that this is a popular port city, they know that a lot of cruisers, a lot of travelers are in these destinations, it's gonna cost you double the cost most of the time. Just pay the baggage fee, babe. Pay the baggage fee and have it. And I take this to heart, especially when it comes to medication. If you're a family and you have kids, bring the extra diapers, bring the extra sunblock. Bring it, because do you know what a bottle of sunblock costs on a cruise ship or at an airport? Do you know? Yeah. You might as well. You might as well pay the baggage fee. Seriously, you might as well. So for me, when it comes to packing, especially for a cruise and it's your first cruise, or if you're not a frequent cruiser, always bring a pair of heels. Always bring a dress. Okay, a pair of heels if you wear heels. So if you're a woman or if you wear heels, bring a pair of heels. Bring a lovely evening dress. Bring some Downy wrinkle release spray. Bring it, because one, getting your stuff pressed on board is expensive, and that's if they can fit you in. What else would I recommend bringing? Bring a extension cord, a non-surge protected extension cord, because while the newer cruise ships are getting better with adding more ports and having more outlets, and having those outlets closer to useful spaces like the bed and things like that, it's still nowhere near what people need. For me personally, I know me and Mr. Peach, when we go, you have your cell phone chargers. That's two. You have, if you're bringing a laptop, if you're bringing another camera, if you're an older person and you have a CPAP, you're gonna need an extension cord. Bring it. If you're gonna be doing any walking around, I think people bring flip-flops, but people don't always pack closed shoes, so like sneakers. Bring sneakers, because a lot of times what excursions don't tell you is that you actually have to have closed-toed shoes. You have to have them a lot of times, and they won't let you do it if you don't. My tip would be to go get you some waterproof sneakers, so that way you don't have to worry about socks. They're gonna be great for your excursions. You can walk in and out of water. You don't have to worry about it. That is the thing that when I discovered those, some of you might be going, well, duh, but some people really don't know. They don't know that these things exist, and that's why I'm here. So get you a pair of waterproof sneakers. You'll thank me later. Make sure they have make sure they're really sneakers. They have a good grip on the bottom. Game changer, because you can wear them on excursions. If you want to, you can take them into the pool, because that's what they're made for. You don't have to worry about scraping up your feet on the bottom. It's going to save you cuts, blisters, time down in the medical clinic. It's going to save you Neosporin bandages. It's going to save your cruise. You're welcome. Guard your feet always. So clothing items, I would say bring a pair of pants. Bring a pair of sweatpants. Why? You're like, oh, I'm going to the Caribbean, I don't need that. It gets cold. It really does. It gets chilly on board at night. Bring a nice light sweater, something to throw over your shoulders, your arms, to keep you warm. You don't think you need it until you get there, and then you're gonna be like, P was right, I should have listened to that Peach. And I'm like, baby, I know, that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to save your cruise. I'm trying to make it better. We want to make it better. We want you to thrive on this cruise. We want you to thrive. And oftentimes people, they really do forget about the carry-on bag process, they forget about that. Like, people think, oh, carry-on airplane. No. Carry-on means, like, you may not get to your room right away. Like, you may not get there. So what you're going to need, for me, I carry a small light change of clothes in my carry-on. I carry a swimsuit. Typically speaking, a swimsuit, some sunblock, any type of medication that you may need, your travel documents, keep them in your carry-on. Don't you put that in your luggage, put it in your carry-on, because they're going to take your luggage and you're going to need those documents. You're going to wish you had it. You're going to thank me later. Oh yeah, packing. Okay, so this is something that's controversial. People pack alcohol, like they do. And I get it, alcohol is expensive. Don't pack alcohol. Like, it's an unpopular opinion. I'm probably going to get dinged for it, but I'm trying to save your cruise, because cruise ships are cracking down, and it's in their contract that if they want to be jerks and they find alcohol on you, they can really kick you off and not let you board and not give you a refund. It's not worth the drinks. Like, it's not. Like, look, I have some tips to help you out coming up with this. Just don't pack the alcohol. So to sum it up, make sure you bring pants. Just bring a nice pair of jeans, a nice formal outfit. So if you're a man, it doesn't have to be a suit. It can be a jacket, I'm trying to give you the best advice, because I know not everyone's comfortable. Not everyone has a suit. Not everyone has a long formal dress. But just make sure that it's something that you're going to not feel out of place in. Like, you don't want to be that person or that couple or that family that walks in on formal night and everyone's staring like, ooh, what, did y'all just come from the pool? You didn't get the memo. Like, you don't want to be that. You don't want to be those people or that person. So just bring a nice light pair of heels, a nice beautiful dress or a jacket, some nice shoes. Just do it. Fit it in, Stuff your socks in your shoes and make more room. Packing advice. There you go. Yeah. What I would do is just, what I do is actually I have a nice little light linen bag, and I'll put like my underwear and my socks in it, and then I'll shove those into my shoes. Space. Packing advice. There you go. But yeah, so just in summary, bring a non-surge protected extension cord. Bring your medications. Bring, for me, I pack full-size lotions and body washes and everything like that. Formal wear. Closed-toed shoes. One of each. Just have a pair of closed-toed, a pair of heels, a pair of flip-flops. Make sure that it's versatile so it can go with all your outfits. Just keep it. Because for me, I'm a heavy packer. You know what I mean? Like, I really am. Like, I'll pack like 15 pair of shoes. But I've gotten way better at it. I can limit it down to like 4 or 5. I think that's pretty good, because those 4 or 5 pair of shoes have to go with. I change twice a day on a cruise ship. Some people don't do that, but I do that because I like to come back before dinner, and I like to shower, and I really like to just feel fresh. Put on nice, clean clothes. It's just me, but you may not want to do that. You may not have to do that. So this may be really easy for you. And if nothing else, don't forget the carry-on advice. Bring your carry-on, bring a swimsuit if you want to get in the water, bring any medications you may need, put your travel documents in there. That's important. Also, make sure that with your travel documents, that if you're doing a passport, that you have the 6 months that you need. They really do enforce that 6-month policy. So just check your numbers, make sure you did it right, make sure, it's up to date and it's still going to be valid for when you go on this voyage, because there's nothing worse than actually getting there, everything's straight, but you can't get on because you don't have valid travel documents. So, and in that situation, I would say bring your birth certificate and an ID just as backup, just in case. It does not hurt to have those travel documents. You can put them in the safe in your room. You don't have to worry about it, but you have it if you need it. Okay, so my next advice for you is going to be to take advantage of included perks. And by included perks, I mean take advantage of beverages. I know you're like, what? They have beverage packages. Those, they do. But I more so mean like take advantage of, because on, at least I know on Carnival and on Royal Caribbean, they have included drinks like they have coffee that's included, they have iced tea that's included, they have lemonade, they have water. What else do they have? They have I know on Royal they have like milk, and I want you to take advantage of those free drinks, because if you're not a huge like soda drinker, or even if you are, if you can like cut back on that for a week and just drink the included beverages, you can take that money and just put it to the side and reserve it for alcohol. If you just spent that drink budget on alcohol for the week, it may do you a little bit better. It just depends on you, really. I mean, I think we all know that everyone has a different level of alcohol consumption, but if you're not someone that needs to drink, like, I don't know, 10 drinks in a day, 15 drinks in a day, because that's really the only time when it's worth it, if you're actually maxing out at that 15 drink a day limit that they have. If you're not doing that, just take advantage of the included beverages and just buy your alcohol, budget for your alcohol per day. It will save you a ton of money. And then you'll just be on here like, B, you were right. Thank you so much. And I'll be like, you're welcome. Subscribe, like, and comment. It's always appreciated. But yeah, also on embarkation day, what you'll want to do is you'll want to take advantage of any freebies that they have to offer. So I know a lot of times if you take the spa tour, then they'll have raffles available and you'll be able to get some cool freebies that way. Another thing that people forget about is sometimes they'll have like art auctions, and at those you can take advantage of the free wine and free champagne that's on offer, especially if you're a person that needs alcohol. And also with the alcohol, bring your bottles of wine. Bring your bottle of wine. Enjoy that wine. But if you're going to take it into the restaurant, be prepared for a corkage fee. Be prepared. But honestly, like if you just want to sip in your room, bring your bottle of wine. Enjoy it. Especially if you splurge and got a nice balcony. Come on, think about it. Evening, sunset, your person, or you alone, or you and your family, whatever y'all are enjoying, y'all are kicking back and relaxing with that nice bottle of wine, thinking about all the tips that B gave you to save you money and help you have a good time. Yeah. No, I'm joking. But seriously, get all you can, because cruising is expensive. It's a luxury. It really is. I think people think because of everything that is included and how affordable it can be, or cost effective it can be, that, people forget that a lot of people will never be able to take a cruise in their life. So save money, live better. This ain't Walmart though. So my next advice is going to be for embarkation day. It's not just about embarkation day. It's really not. But embarkation day is the day when you get on board and you want to book everything that you couldn't book before. Any reservations, do it. Like, that would be my first move. I wouldn't even go check my room. Or if there is more than one of you, give whatever you need to give to your person and go. Someone head to guest services and book everything. Book your restaurants, book any excursions that you haven't booked. Do it, because when things book up and they sell out, that's it. And then you're sitting there like, what am I going to do this week? Or for the next 3 days? Whatever duration you have, you want to make sure that you take advantage of embarkation day and you book. And then a lot of times if you do book on embarkation day, they do give you discounts, or they may throw in a nice bottle of wine or a freebie here or there. So go ahead and book up, because you know what killed my first cruise? Not booking shit. I was over here thinking like, oh, I'm going to the Caribbean. Oh, it's going to be so great. I'm not going to have... Who needs to do an excursion? Who needs a fancy restaurant? Me. That's who. I needed it. I didn't do it. And I was miserable and angry about it. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to spare you. I'm trying to have you not hate cruising like I thought I was going to. But I realized that the mistake was with me. I really thought that like I could just get away with just sitting on a boat, and a lot of people can. Like, I mean, when you've cruised so much that it's like, I just want to sit here, that's fine. But like when you're like, I want to do everything, and you don't plan, and you think that when you get on this boat that things are going to be available, and or maybe you're just not sure what you may want to do, and you think like, oh, when I get to a cruise port I'll decide, but by the time you get there everything's sold out and you're stuck doing nothing, walking around looking sad like in one of these people in this clip I included in this video for you. You don't want to be that person. You don't. Like, I'm not saying that you have to book something at every single port, because you absolutely don't. But if there's something that you want to do, like let's say in Ocho Rios, or let's say like in the Bahamas, you want to go swimming with the pigs. Like, let's just say that that's what you want to do. Let's say that you guys want to, I don't know, like what's something good? Oh, you can go zip lining in Jamaica and a whitewater rafting. You can do all of that. But make sure you book it, because one, it'll probably save you money if you book in advance. Now, there's always that question of, do I book with the cruise line or don't I? Now, I've done both. I've booked with the cruise line, which is way more expensive, but it's nice to know, like, if anything goes wrong, I'm not worried about nothing. I'm sitting over here. I'm never going to be a pier runner. Never going to be a pier runner. So that is the advantage. But it's like, is it worth that cost? Because if you can plan it right, I mean, you can save buku money. Money's falling from the ceiling. You're saving money. You can spend that extra money on the drink package, for real. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there have been cruises where I've only booked my own travel outside, third party. Everything went amazing, and I could have the drink package. I'm not a huge drinker though, so for me it's more like, I get those nice 0 proof frozen drinks. That's me. So yeah, so just make sure to take advantage of booking everything first on embarkation day. Do it. And then once you do book everything, make sure you savor the experience, because you may not have the opportunity to go back, And also make sure that you're not waiting too late to book anything. Make sure that you book your excursions, you book your spa experiences. Just make sure you book. Okay, because you don't want to you don't want to get hit with all those extra charges, and you don't want to lose the discounts, and you don't want to be miserable. You don't want to get like this huge bill at the end, like, dang, on top of the cost and on top of all the gratuities. Also, my next advice is gonna be airplane mode, you guys. Airplane mode. Now, this one isn't gonna take long to explain. When you're out at sea, you don't really have access to the cell phone towers that you have access to at home. Yeah, I have to tell people that. People don't know. They don't know. So that means if you are not even... See, I was going to say, because I heard a story recently about a parent, they let their kid use the phone, they jacked up the bill, $1,000 cell phone bill on top of the cruise. Insane. You don't want that to be you. But, I mean, this also can be if you're just a regular adult and you don't know this. You can just be sitting around, cruising the internet. Next thing you know, you get home, extra $500 bill or whatever the amount is going to be. Don't be that person. If you really need internet that bad, if you can't wait, pay for the internet. Now, I will say, like, the internet is iffy on cruise ships. Like, if you've been on a cruise, then you know. But if you haven't and this is your first cruise, it's iffy. Like, even if you get that super duper duper speed package, like, sometimes you'll be sitting out there like, I know I paid for the best one. Like, I know I paid for the superior internet. What is happening? Why is nothing working? It's taking 5 minutes to load this page. And look, you know what? Tell everyone you love them in advance. Download as many movies or songs in advance that you're going to need for the week, and enjoy your life on this cruise ship. Make friends, mingle, go to the shows and all of the activities that they have. Why? Because, I mean, you can surf the internet at home. Look, you're here right now at home with me. Yeah. You're with me right now at home on the internet. When you get on that cruise ship, you better live it up. Even if you're an introvert, you better get out there. You better find me on that cruise ship. Yeah, I'm on that cruise ship. Incognito. But yeah, so basically what I'm saying is just put down the phone. But if you're not going to put down the phone, put on airplane mode. Do it and save yourself a ton of cash. So my next advice is going to be Booking guaranteed cabins. Like, I know I am such a frugalista. I am such a frugal cheapskate. I really am. Like, I like to save money, but I like to have a good time. And we all know that booking the guaranteed cabins is cheaper. It just is cheaper. But, you know, there is an expression like the cheap becomes expensive. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you luck out and you get that amazing cabin and there's no issues and you enjoy the savings. But there are times when they put you below the pool deck and you realize that the staff wakes up at the butt crack of dawn to take all the pool chairs out, and all you hear is bang, 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 hee 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 hee, ha 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 ha, bang, we're gonna have a great day. That's all you're hearing while you're in bed, like, I should have spent the money. I should have spent the money. Like, I mean, you might be an early riser. It may not bother you, but it's just like having the choice. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's worth the extra money, but that is up for you to decide. Also, being next to the elevators, that can be such a kill. Some people don't mind it, but I mean, when you're hearing people's conversations 24 hours a day, because believe me, there's always someone up, there's always someone moving around. And when you're right next to that elevator and you're hearing it and you just want to sleep or you want to enjoy whatever you're enjoying in your room, maybe you just want peace of mind, you know, like you just don't want to hear it. You're going to wish you spent that extra cash. But I mean, if it doesn't bother you, if you want to roll the dice, you know, hey, but be warned you. She warned you. She tried. Oh, you guys, this next one is such a... I've done this before. Heck, I still do this, but you shouldn't do this. Now, I'm going to explain why I do this in the next one, the next piece of advice. But for now, same day travel. Don't do same day travel. I know you hear that all over the place, but I mean, honestly, you can really risk it all, especially if you're not a passport holder and you're going, like you're taking a cruise and then the first port, you know, because sometimes they have cruises where it may leave out of Boston and then the next port might be New York, so you can catch it in New York, you know what I mean? If it's one of those ones where it's leaving out of Florida and the next port is the Bahamas and you have no way to get there, no same day travel, because there's nothing worse than being stuck on an airplane or just stressing about it. Like everything's getting on your nerves. People are running late. People are still putting up their luggage. You just want them to, like, you know, hurry up, and then you're yelling at people. Next thing you know, you're kicked off and they're telling you that you can't fly and now you've missed your cruise. Or you, everything goes great, you get there, but something happens, traffic, you're late, and you become those people in that TikTok, that viral TikTok video that missed their boat. You don't want to be those people. Because actually, I know a girl that she was going to Miami and she had never been before, super excited, and she got there the night before. So yay, she didn't do same day travel. But what she did was she planned all this touristy stuff to do, and she ended up being late because she was like, oh, the boat doesn't leave till like 6, I'm fine. And then the boat, like, you know, they have that cutoff time. That's actually hours before when they actually depart. So she got there after that, and they didn't let her on. Yeah, real life friend. Girl, if you're listening to this video, I didn't release too many details. You're welcome. But yeah, so, I mean, don't do any same day travel. If you're going to do same day travel, try to book as early as possible. Be prepared with a passport on backup if you need it. And if you get to the city and everything goes great, don't book any fucking touristy experiences that aren't too far away from the port, because you don't want to miss anything. You don't want to miss the boat. You want to be on that love boat. Okay, so my next piece of advice is investing in annual travel insurance. I know the upfront cost can be a little bit expensive, but it's so worth it for me. And why? Because it extends for the entire year, like day to day, the entire 365. You will have access to this travel insurance. And if I'm being honest, the benefits definitely make it worth it. It's peace of mind. I mean, not only do you have, you know, trip cancellation insurance, rental car theft insurance, you get assistance with things like if you need any information or recommendation or like any information on vaccine requirements, if you lose your travel documents, if you need, I don't know, language translation assistance. They will help you out with that. You can get emergency cash assistance. You can get legal assistant referrals. You can get, like, if you need to get a message back home to someone, they will help you out with that. They will help you with finding a doctor. They will help you with, like, oh my God, like, the benefits are endless. You get flight assistance. I mean, and they're a lot more generous with the things that they will protect you against. So, like, they have built-in, like, they include things like pandemics, natural disasters, terrorist attacks, anything like that. You will get your money back. You will be covered. You won't have to worry about it. You can add additional coverage. Like, you can increase the amount of trip cancellation coverage that you have. But I mean, the benefits definitely outweigh the cost. Like, you get emergency transportation, you get emergency medical, you get trip interruption coverage. I mean, you get lost baggage. I mean, come on, baggage delay. You get reimbursed for all of that, travel delays. I'm really trying to sell you on it because it goes beyond the cruise. Like, when you buy that cruise insurance for that cruise, it's for that one-time cruise. When you get annual insurance, it's for every trip all year long. Now, granted, they have maximums per year, but I mean, just even like, just think, like, if you lose $5,000 on one trip and $5,000 on another, like, it's paid for itself by a mile, paid for itself. But I mean, you don't have to take my advice. You can be stressed out if you want to. I get it. But if you're in a family dynamic or a couple situation, you can even split the cost. It just depends on how your finances work in your home. Only you know that. But I mean, just think about it. Just mull it over. Try it for a year. And if it's something that you don't think is worth it, then don't do it. But if you think it's worth it, I mean, it's something to invest in. My parents always told me never skimp on insurance. The cheap becomes expensive. Now, I think I previously touched on travel documents, like making sure your passport is valid, but there's so much more to travel documents than just passport validity. I mean, you have to make sure that you have the correct type of birth certificate. Don't bring the one with your feet or your little fingerprints. They won't let you on the ship. You're welcome. If you're traveling with kids, make sure you have all of their documents. If you are in a situation to where both parents will not be traveling, make sure you procure a notarized letter from the other parent stating that it's okay for that kid to travel, because if not, they will not let your kid on the ship. You're welcome. Like, save your trip. So you guys, I hope you've made it to the end of this video. I know it's way longer than my normal content, but I felt like you've probably heard these tips a million times before, maybe, I don't know, but hopefully I gave you something different, some added comedy value maybe. And if nothing else, maybe you'll just take it a little bit more seriously coming from a Peach. Like, a Peach is giving you this advice. Take it seriously. Take your travel seriously so you can enjoy it and you can have fun and you can thrive, and then you can come back and like, comment, and subscribe for your girl B, your favorite Peach. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.